Hey, sis! I just wanted to say congratulations! I heard from Dad that you got engaged.
Thanks, Abby.
I mean, who would have thought that you were ever getting engaged? Wow! I guess there are really people in this world with odd preferences. Who on earth would actively choose an ugly person as their wife?
Haha, very funny.
Are you sure this isn't some type of fraud? We both know that no one in their right mind would try to date a nerd like you, who doesn't even do her nails. Neither did I think you had any interest in men. You seem like the type to be reading instead of going on dates.
You went out of your way and messaged me just to say that? Is it so much to ask for a sincere congratulations from you?
You're getting congratulated plenty enough by Dad and the rest of our family. Someone needs to show you your place. Ever since we were little, you were the smart one. You went to a good college, and you got to work at a great company. And now you get to have a happy marriage? You're the daughter of our parents' dreams. Really? I hope you're enjoying kissing their feet like this.
Really, Abby?
Can you really imagine how it's like to be the younger sister of such a prodigy? Mom and Dad are probably gonna start comparing me to you again, and they'll start asking me when I'm gonna get married. I'm tired of hearing the line, "Just learn from your sister." Why do you keep torturing me like this? Just seeing you carry your life with such ease makes me want to puke.
Mom and Dad are just worried about you, and that's why they say all of those things. You know, that they just want the best for you. And if you don't want them saying those things for you, then I suggest that you try and getting an actual job for once.
What did you just say to me?
I heard about everything from Dad. You got fired from your part-time job in 3 days again, right? You've been doing this over and over again, ever since you graduated from high school. Why wouldn't Mom and Dad be worried for you?
Shut up! I only got fired because my hard-headed boss wouldn't let it slide when I was 3 hours late. He's the one who needs to learn how to forgive people. But guess what? Mom and Dad just get angry at me for it. You'd never understand how I feel. Always getting praised for every single step you take.
Abby.
Don't expect everything to keep going your way, because I know for a fact that things between you and me are going to even out. I'll make sure that they do.
Hey, Jess. Do you have a minute? I have something really important that I need to tell you.
Hey, honey. What's up?
I'm sorry about this being so sudden, but I need you to break up with me. I can't get married to you. I'm sorry.
What do you mean you can't get married with me? Is this a prank or something?
What have I ever done to make you regret proposing to me?
Nothing. You're an absolutely amazing person, Jess. And I'm grateful for all the time that I got to spend together with you. But I found someone that I just know is the person for me.
Who?
I don't want you to freak out, but it's actually Abby. I decided that I want to spend the rest of my life with her. And if you care for me, then you'd want the best for me, right?
What? Abby? Like my sister? What? You just met someone else with the same name, right?
No, I'm talking about your younger sister. We started dating last week.
You were cheating on me?
Well, yeah. I've always thought of her as your cute little sister, but I started to see her as another type of cute, and my feelings started to shift towards her. That's when she hit me up and we started talking through text. She seemed really enthusiastic with getting to know me, and one thing led to another, and I couldn't keep lying to myself. I'm sorry.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. You cheated on me while you were still engaged with me. And of all people, with my little sister? And now you want to cancel our engagement and to get married with her? Are you insane?
I ask that to myself every night, but I can't control my feelings. And my feelings are telling me that I love Abby more than I love you. Do you really want to get married with someone like that? Ever since I started developing feelings for Abby, I can't stand being in the same room with you. I feel like I'm about to suffocate. I think that us splitting and you finding a new partner while I marry the person I love is the best choice for all of us. To be completely honest with you, I've been having my doubts about this marriage for a while. I like you, and I think that you're an earnest, respectable woman, but you just gotta raise again, right? I don't know. I just feel like I'm less valuable when I'm with you. It just isn't as enjoyable as being with someone who I can feel like I'm protecting.
What does me getting a raise have anything to do with your value as a person? You are the one who's been cheering me for the past few years. And my hard work pays off and I get raises. And you suddenly feel less valuable? You should have just told me if you felt that way.
I have my pride. I can't just tell you how I feel. We just didn't click in that sense. Abby is the type who can't do anything by herself, and I feel like I'm the type of person to thrive more when supporting someone like that.
I don't get it. It just seems to me that all you're thinking about is yourself. You support me whenever you feel like it, but you get hurt for no reason after my hard work pays off. And now you cheat on me because you felt like it? I can't believe you. Whatever. Let's split then. I wouldn't want to marry a man who gets hurt and starts cheating because his wife got a raise anyways.
Alright. I guess you're gonna be my sister-in-law from now on then.
Huh? Wait, you still think you can marry my sister?
What? Why not? Nothing's changed from when I was about to marry you.
You're the man who's trying to switch from me to my sister right before the wedding. Do you really think my parents are going to accept you as their son-in-law?
I mean, that doesn't change the fact that their precious daughter is getting married, right? Besides, they've been eager to see either one of you get married, so I'm sure they'll understand the circumstances and allow this to happen.
We'll see about that.
I hope we can put this in the past and support each other as siblings-in-law. This really is a dream come true, being able to marry into a wealthy household like yours with the wife of my dreams. If anything happens, I'm counting on you, sis.
What do you mean by wealthy? My parents are both office workers at ordinary companies.
That's the biggest understatement I heard all year. Have you seen the house they live in? A pair of office workers wouldn't be able to afford that kind of house. I was shook when I first saw it when I came over to say hi to your parents. I expected to see a house and you took me to a castle. Why didn't you ever tell me that you were so rich?
I think there's a misunderstanding here. That house.
Oh yeah, me and Abby are thinking of living in that castle after we get married.
What?
I mean, you see it once in a while, right? Where the married couple moves back in and lives together with their parents. We're thinking of doing that. So when that happens, we're gonna have to ask you to find your own place. I really don't think Abby would like me to be living under the same roof as my ex-girlfriend, you know?
I'm done listening to your stupid favors, Dan. Why do I need to move out so that you two can move in? That makes no sense.
Really, Jess? Two of the people who you care about the most are wanting to move in. Do you really have a choice? Besides, I'm gonna be the only male in this generation for the Stevens family. As the leader of the family, you're gonna need me at the headquarters, you know?
This is so stupid.
Say what you want, but that's just how it's gonna have to be. Abby and I will take good care of the house and your parents, so don't worry. This is the best way for our whole family to thrive.
I built that house, Dan.
What?
You think you're going to be the leader of the house when you get married with Abby? Well, if you're going to want to be the leader of that house, then I'm gonna need you to buy it off of me. Then you'll truly be the leader of that house.
I'm not really getting what you're saying. What do you mean you built that house?
I mean, it's just the way it sounds. I built that house with the money I earned myself.
What?
I did think that it was odd that you decided to make such a risky choice. Cheating on me and trying to marry my own sister? But I get it now. You thought that you would get everything that our family had to offer. Wow. Just wow. All of the love that I built up for you over these years just flushed out like nothing. Thank God you cheated on me. I was about to make the worst mistake of my life, marrying you.
It still does not make any sense, no matter how much I think about it. You built that house with your money. It would take centuries to save up enough to build a house like that. You're lying to try and keep me and Abby from moving in, aren't you?
You really think I'm lying?
Yeah. We're not talking about some big house in the neighborhood. That was a mansion. It would take a few $1,000,000 at the least to build that kind of house. No matter how many raises you're getting, it doesn't add up. You're really trying to tell me that you've been a millionaire all this time.
Yes, I am. I own a patent.
A patent?
Yes, one that I earned during the summer break of 7th grade. I was listing ideas about the kinds of stationery goods that I thought would be a good concept in my notebook. And my parents said that it might be a good idea to get a patent for them. So that's what I did.
Are patents something you can just get when you feel like it?
I mean, it was a lot of work. But my parents were weirdly committed at the time. So we got through. And a stationery goods maker saw my designs and offered me a contract. Lo and behold, now I'm making a very good amount of money off of that contract.
What?
Right now, I have income from both my day job and a contract that I made with my client. So I was able to save up millions. After a while, I decided to build a mansion for myself and my parents. And here I am. This is all thanks to my parents who let me pursue my random passion and took it serious enough to get a patent for me. So I wanted to give back to them, like any normal person would.
Wait. So, that huge house is actually owned by you?
Yes.
So even if I marry into your family and become the man of the house, I'll still never own the house.
Exactly. Not that I'm ever going to allow you to move into my house anyways.
Why not?
Oh, why would I? Did you really expect me to let you stay in my own house after everything you've done to me?
You gotta be kidding me. But all of the choices that I made were made given that I'd be able to live in that house. It was the biggest integer in my equation to a dream life.
And why should I care? If you want to live in my house, then I'm gonna need you to pay some rent. Or you can buy the whole thing off of me with one-time payment.
I need to pay you rent or buy the whole house off you.
The rent will be $5,000 a month. If you're thinking of buying, then it'll cost you about $5 million.
What? How would I be able to pay an amount like that?
But if you can't pay for it, then don't ask for it.
But
a small apartment suits the two of you better anyways. You won't be setting a single foot in my house ever again.
But my dream house, my mansion.
It's my mansion, Dan. Whatever. I hope you have a happy life together with Abby. Goodbye. Jess! It's an emergency! I just got called out by Mom and Dad. They said that they weren't going to let me live in their house if I'm going to get married with Dan.
They just dumped all of my belongings out onto the lawn and told me that they're not my parents anymore.
It's fine, Abby. Even if you lost your parents, you gain a great husband who's going to take care of you for the rest of your life, right? If your family throws you away, then just make a new family.
Ugh! You're not helping! All I did was pursue my own feelings. And that's all he did too. But Mom and Dad side with you, as always, just because you're a little bit smarter than me. Why does everyone side with you instead of me? This isn't fair.
This is completely fair, Abby. All I did was work hard and try to make subtle but consistent progress since I was little. And everyone knows that I earned everything that I have right now. That's why they side with me. I'm not like you, who never worked hard for anything and kept putting off your responsibilities. We each had a fair chance at life, and I made the most of it. You dove for expedient pleasure every time it was offered, and this is where it got you.
When did I ever not work hard?
For starters, you never did your homework or studied simply because you didn't want to. Whenever our parents try to find your passion for you, like that soccer club or the spelling bee, you just whine about not wanting to be there and slack off. They tried to get you to learn how to play the piano, but you threw a tantrum and ripped up the music sheets and ran off. Anytime our parents would try to help you get back on your track, you would just run away from the opportunity. That's what sets us apart. I never ran away from an opportunity, no matter how intimidating it is.
What was I supposed to do? I don't want to do what I don't want to do.
You only get to use that as an excuse up until 3rd grade, Abby. But you never grew up. You never got a proper job because you were afraid of the commitment. And even for part-time jobs that don't require much commitment, you still have never kept the same job for more than a week. I'm surprised that Mom and Dad even kept dealing with your bullshit up until this point. That's just how large their hearts are, but you still manage to fail them. Take initiative, Abby. Take initiative for once in your life.
Ugh, stop telling me everything I already know. You'd never understand how someone who can't carry out life with ease like you can.
Don't tell me that you can't, when you've never tried for a single time in your life. And you know what? You'd never understand how I have to feel either. How it feels to have your fiancé taken away from your own little sister. Do you think you have it difficult compared to me? Do you? You know what? Maybe I should sue you too. It doesn't matter whether you're my sister or you're my family or whatever. You need to take responsibility for harming me like this.
Hold on. Please, just take a deep breath. You're really going to sue your own sister for money? Even though we're family? How could you do that to me?
How could you ruin my marriage? You know what? I have some dignity, unlike you. Get away from me, somewhere far away. If you do that, then I won't sue you.
Really? So I won't have to pay you any money?
But you need to do it right now. Leave this down. Right now.
I'll be right on it. You'll never have to see my face.
Sorry about everything that's happened lately, Jess. I really do regret every single part of it from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, really? You regret doing all of this?
Yeah. I can't believe that I even had the thought of leaving you to marry your little sister. I was crazy. But I'm glad to be able to tell you that it was all a misunderstanding.
What?
I never even imagined that you were the one who built that mansion on your own. I mean, your parents seem very kind and hardworking, so I completely thought that they owned the house. I mean, they even have a daughter like your younger sister. But they still live in a house like that, so it's only natural to think that they have the financial freedom to choose to keep raising her at this age, you know? I was practically set up to believe in all of that.
I was the one who continued to raise my sister, Dan, and I paid a full fee for this house, including her portion.
I'm so sorry. All of these misunderstandings blinded me from the right choice, and they forced me to do what I did. And I even went as far as to cheat on you with your own sister. But I'm very proud to tell you that I already broke up with her. So please, give me a second chance.
What? You broke up with her? I thought she was the love of your life. What a waste.
I gave some deep thought to it, and it turned out that she wasn't the love of my life at all.
What?
I was jealous of the way you were so successful, and I wanted to feel the feeling of someone needing me unconditionally. Deep down, it was always you that I loved.
I've never heard such an unromantic confession of love, and I've never felt my heart beat so slowly than before.
Please don't say that. What do you say? Would you like to start over with me? I promise that I'll make you the happiest girl in the world. No matter how many raises you get, and no matter how successful you become, I'll never do such a thing, or feel that way. I'll cheer you on, so please, give me one last chance. Will you please marry me?
Why would I marry an idiot like you? And I'll be suing you.
What?
I promised Abby that I wouldn't sue her as long as I never see her face again. But you're a different case. I expect to never see you again. And on top of that, I'll have you pay for all the things in my life that you've taken away.
You gotta be kidding. Can you at least give me a promise to keep in exchange for not being sued too?
Alright. Then I won't sue you if you're able to buy my mansion from me.
Buy your mansion?
Yes. You can't? Alright. I guess you broke our promise then. I'll be contacting you through my lawyer in a few days. If you truly regret everything you've done, then I expect you to make the full payment.
Please, hold on, Jess. Look, can we just meet in person, talk things out? I'm sure you'll feel differently once you see my face in person.
I have no choice but to punch your face once I see it in person, so I think I'm good. After suing Dan in court, I was able to receive a decent amount of money for compensation fees. On top of that, we officially resolved our engagement. Since Abby promised to never show her face to me again, I have never even heard of her, and no one knows what she's doing or where she is right now. Apparently my parents know all about where she is and what she does, but they seem utterly and completely done with Abby. So it seems that they have no intention in seeing her ever again, regardless of this knowledge. My ex, Dan, had spent all of his savings to pay the court fees, so he tried to move back in with his parents, but they rejected him after hearing what he'd done to me. And I heard that none of his relatives are speaking to him ever again. Even his friends would mock him for wasting such a good opportunity, and now he lives in a small apartment, going back and forth from work and on there. I, on the other hand, have been working hard every day after all of this, because I believe that the people who work hard should be able to make the most out of life. And I have no intention in letting my crappy ex get in the way of